Alright, all you video gamers, welcome to yet another zombie gator hunting Raccoon Rocket Man edition of the DJ Smokey's True Video Game Stories. And with a title like that, we decided to go with a game none other than Resident Evil 2. And to meet with regulations of the milestone variety for every 10th game we've hit, this is for the Nintendo 64 version of this very game, which was not only very hard to find, folks, but also very hard to beat with that giant oversized controller, if you know what I mean. And I guess with that said, I think it's time for us to blow the dust off the cartridge, load up, and get ready to fight some rampaging zombies as we blast our way through Raccoon City as we get ready to paint the picture. Alright, this video game story began approximately 8 years ago after I beat the main campaign for Resident Evil 2, kicking and screaming, all while trying to avoid spiders, and as a matter of fact, had my eyes closed during the sewer part for this game to receive no damage by the skin of my teeth, all thanks to my sister. And after I beat the game, and thanks to a glitch of some type, I was able to get the rocket launcher to truly exact my revenge on all the zombies in Raccoon City. And the second I got that rocket launcher, and my sister is a witness to this firsthand, I would make that evil laugh that she knows I'm about to do something incredibly stupid, and would say, ho ho ho. And my sister would be reading a book at the time and would shake her head saying, I know what you're gonna do and I don't want anything to do with it. And would go in the kitchen as I would go through the first part of the game, just shooting every single zombie in the face with a rocket launcher, blasting them off their feet, and getting a well-deserved revenge for a game that haunted my childhood for years on end. And my sister would finally get involved with this whole incident after I made it to the gun store and would make my way around to the other side of the back alley to try to take out a whole bunch of zombies, and would realize that I would have a rocket launcher in my hand and would point it at a fence. And I would hear my sister with probably one of the funniest lines I would hear today saying, "What are you doing with that rocket launcher?" And I'd say, "Oh yeah, I'm about to shoot this zombie on the other side of the fence." And she's like, "All right." And then turned back around and said, "Hey, that's a rocket launcher. That's a fence. A rocket can't go through a fence. What is wrong with you?" Mind you, she was screaming this at the top of her lungs because apparently whenever she warns me about me doing incredibly dumb things, I don't listen to her. And to get the point across, apparently she had to yell through the earwax that was in my ear, and I would put down the rocket launcher long enough until my sister walked away from the computer and I said, "Hey, it's a video game. What's the worst that could possibly happen?" I shot that rocket at close range right next to that fence, and the game not only broke, but I died in the process. And since I didn't use any of those ink ribbon typewriters, I had to go all the way back to the beginning of the game. And my sister just sat there after she heard that explosion and the whole game go off, and just shook her head and went right back to reading her book. And she said, "See what I told you? See what I told you? I told you not to use it. You used it anyway. Why do I even bother wasting words on you?" And fast forward a couple of days later, folks, where I finally was able to get past that horrific part and even get rid of the spiders inside of the sewers with the rocket launcher as they came barreling down the sewers for me, I would be able to reach my next funniest moment, according to my sister. Because in the sewers, I would end up also finding a giant oversized sewer gator that I had to take out to make my way to the next part of the story. And the only way I saw to take it out, instead of the regular means of allowing a gas barrel to fall into his mouth and blowing his jaw wide off, is to use a rocket launcher. And my sister said, what are you waiting for to shoot the thing? Shoot it, what are you doing? Because I decided to stall out the moment saying, I got a rocket launcher. What's the worst this thing can do to me? It can't even get close. And even if it does, I'll blast its head off and I'll be able to kill it. Yeah, I got a plan. So I waited a couple of seconds saying, hold. And my sister told me, you better shoot it, you're gonna die if you're showboating. And I told her, no way, I'm not gonna die this time. Your showboating rules does not work in these gator swamps. And as I shot that rocket and blasted that crocodile, it managed to dodge the rocket, grab me sideways, lift me up into the air, and chomp me to death right there in the sewers for the Leon to make a horrifying groan like, oh! For the gator to have a Leon-sized Happy Meal thanks to my complete showboating ways, according to my sister. And as she flipped the page to that book again and said, what I tell you about showboating, for me to just put the controller down and just shake my head and completely turn that game off after that alligator defeated me, for my sister to say, can I try? For her to pick up the controller, go back down into those sewers where the gator was, pick up the rocket launcher, shoot it, and for the gator to instead lose its head, for the gator to snarl at her, head down into the tunnels and just scurry away, never to be seen again. And my sister looked at me, laughed, and said, now was that so hard for you to do? For me to say, you know what? Keep playing the game. I'm done. I'm done hunting gators in the sewers. I'm done with this game completely. I got my revenge. I got my fill of what I need to do. I'm never touching this game again. And like I said, that would be the last time I would ever play that game, and I still haven't touched it since because of how terrifying that game was, and not to mention because my sister made me look like an absolute fool, like she always does in moments like those. And I guess with that said, folks, wraps it up for another crocodile hunting raccoon rocket man edition of the DJ Smokey's True Video Game Stories. And with that, we'll be back with more right after this. So stay tuned.